Hey, this is Adam Holtz, host of the Plugged In Show. We are starting a new feature this week called Plugged In Show Aftercast. So, after we get done recording each week, we're just going to take a few minutes to kind of chill out together and just talk about life. Our hope is for you to be able to get to know us a little bit better. Obviously, when we do the Plugged In Show, we're talking about entertainment and pop culture and technology and how it pertains to your family. And this will be a conversation that it's pretty wide ranging. It's not necessarily going to have any parameters on it. And we invite you to participate with us, to shoot questions into us. And we'll look forward to chatting with you each week. And I know, Kennedy, as we were talking before we came on, you had a question that I thought would be a very revelatory question for our audience, just to get to know us a little bit better.
Before Kennedy says this, everyone should know that this is Adam's, this is gold for Adam. Adam can talk about random things all day long.
Day.
If you have random things, you're in.
I'm an extrovert who's been trapped in a cubicle for 30 years.
With a bunch of introverts.
Largely with a bunch of introverts. Yeah. And I know that when they get tired of me, we have one person on our team who's not here, who will not be named, Paul, who sometimes he'll just look at his watch. And that's when I know I have reached my extrovert limit with Paul, because he's looking at his watch. And he always says, "Oh, no, it's not personal." I'm like, "Come on, Paul, you just looked at your watch while I was talking." What's the question, Kennedy?
Yeah, no, I think this is perfect because it's going to divide people.
Good.
So there are a lot. So there's a lot of burger places out there.
Right.
One of the most infamous ones is called In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. People in California know all about this.
I want to know what your thoughts are on it, because personally, I think it's very overrated. When I came out here and I saw that there wasn't an In-N-Out where I was from. It's a very West Coast place.
Yeah. Right. California and Texas before last year.
Yeah. And so when I got here, I was so excited to try it. I've done it twice. I don't like it.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, and I don't know that we introduced ourselves for people who don't know us. So who are you?
I'm Kristen. Hi.
And who are you?
And I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Adam.
In-N-Out.
Okay.
Well, In-N-Out. Yes, no, maybe.
Okay, so if you're from Colorado, if you're here, it was a huge deal when everyone announced that it was coming. I remember
people
when the
from
first
California lost their minds.
Yes. When the first one opened, there was a line that went out to the street. Ridiculous. I will say I think it's a little bit overrated, to be honest. You have to know how to order the right way. Okay, there's a secret way. And I only know this because of my friends from California who are you didn't do this. Yes, you didn't do this the right way. You have to ask for the onions to be a certain way and the fries to be a certain way, because the fries are trash if you don't order them a certain way, just so we're clear. And once you order it the correct way, if you have kids, it's actually pretty great because it's really cheap.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the draw.
That's a solid.
Because it's really inexpensive.
Yeah. I would say the thing is that so is Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is also.
Do you even have one anymore?
Yeah, but who's ever even been to a Steak and Shake?
Are you kidding me? I love Steak and Shake.
I've never been to a Steak and Shake.
It's fine. You grew up in the middle of nowhere, but I would say that I think
Iowa.
Yes.
It's not the middle of nowhere. It's the middle.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It is the middle of nowhere.
Iowa.
But I think I would agree. It's good. But I think if you have kids, like I said, it's the best version because it's cheap. So
I'll just throw in my 2 cents is that there's kind of a trifecta, if you will, of regional burger places, which is In-N-Out, Culver's, and Whataburger.
Whataburger is disgusting.
I got to say that Culver's is definitely where I fall.
Yeah. Okay, and we have Emily, who is manning the computer today, or I guess womaning the computer. Emily, do we have a comment?
Come on, Emily.
We do. We have a few comments.
Great.
So one commenter said that Whataburger is better. Our producer said that there's definitely a place for In-N-Out, but Brahms is the best.
What is?
Brahms.
It's a Midwest place.
I thought Brahms was a composer from Austria or Germany from 400 years ago.
Wait, you're from the Midwest. Shouldn't you know this, Adam?
You grew up in
I've
the middle
never
of
heard
nowhere.
of it.
Yeah, Brahms is a place where you can stop and you can get a burger, and on the other half of the restaurant they have a grocery store. And it's just it's really convenient.
So
the burgers are okay, but they're cheap and there's groceries.
I'm going to go back to this middle of nowhere business that Kristen keeps talking. Where are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania. I grew up in Ohio.
Oh, and that's
Pennsylvania.
not the middle of
No.
nowhere. No, I'm just gonna do a shout
But
out.
if you say Pittsburgh, people know where that is. Where are you from?
Des
I'm
Moines.
from Des Moines.
No, you're not. That's a lie.
Well, I'm from Perry, which
There you
is
go.
close to Des Moines.
All right.
But I lived in Des Moines for 10 years. And
Okay.
I just need to
All right.
represent for all the Iowa people.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to say we're tired. We're tired of Iowa being a joke. We're tired of Des Moines being the place to be
Don't look
from
right
if you're
down,
a
boys.
weird character. Well, where are they from? We're from Des Moines or Boise. I mean, Boise
Yeah.
gets, it's either Des Moines or Boise, right?
I feel like.
But
Right
we're
now,
valuable. Okay,
Yeah,
it's not the
that's
middle
true.
of nowhere.
Oh,
like
I will say,
Pennsylvania.
Iowa is very beautiful. If you haven't been to
Thank
Iowa,
you.
you got to go to Iowa.
Thank you.
I thought it was
Kennedy's my-
pronounced Iowa.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Do
not
we have to
Iowa.
go there? I feel like there's a
Anyway,
lot of
In and
places.
Out. I think In and Out is really good. In and Out is one of the fast food places, and Chick-fil-A is the same for me.
Don't
just
say it.
listen.
All right.
You're like my family.
All right.
Like I haven't
Alrighty.
even said what I'm gonna say, and you're already
Because I can
objecting.
feel
with me.
it.
No, there are certain fast food places where the second you get your food,
Uh-huh.
the clock is ticking. Like if you have your In and Out burger in the first 15
Okay.
seconds after you get it straight out of the window, I think they're awesome.
I
If
would
you
agree
have
with
to
that.
drive somewhere, even 5 minutes makes a difference. I feel the same way
I would
about
agree with that.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches
Oh no.
and the nuggets. Like my daughter will put them in the refrigerator and heat them up later. I'm like, this is so disgusting.
He
Turn
doesn't
into
even like
a
Chick-fil-A
packaged
sauce.
good.
No, I love Chick-fil-A sauce.
No, he said it tasted like honey mustard. So for
Well, it
anybody
does
who
taste
likes
like honey
Chick-fil-A, which is God's chicken, you can take this up with Adam
God's
at a different
chicken.
conversation. Yes, yes, it is.
I think
Chicken
we
of the
could-
Lord.
Oh, it looks
Seriously,
like
I think
Emily
that we
has
could
another,
straight up do this
thing
all
to
day.
say.
Another comment.
I've got another question for you guys.
Great. I cannot wait.
So the next question is, what's been your favorite movie that you've reviewed so far this
Ooh.
year? So we are no longer on the
Oh,
burger
2023.
discussion.
Kennedy.
Wait, so far or this year?
Yeah.
Man.
This year.
And Kristen, you're working as a freelancer for Plugged In on
Yeah.
some things.
So I'm not doing movies
You're
anymore.
not doing movies, but
TV.
maybe toss in a TV show that maybe has been
Well,
a good one, or has it been all junk for you?
no, I mean, I know this is probably like the official plugged in answer, but
Oh,
The
good.
Chosen is just so good. you
Oh, The
guys.
Chosen.
It really is. It's phenomenal.
amazing.
I've been watching it and reviewing it, and I think every single time I watch an episode, it's so good. But movies, what do you guys think? That's hard.
You know, 2023, we just haven't seen too much to choose from this year. But I will
Plus,
say,
Paul gives you all the bad movies.
oh yeah,
He does it all
that's
the
kind
time.
of Paul and I have some beef.
Yeah.
Keeps
Poor
it
Paul,
for
he's
himself.
not here, but man, he is under the
Maybe
bus
he's listening.
today.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I will say is, I did enjoy the first Shazam, just as
Oh,
a
yeah.
DC movie. I'm going to see the second one tonight for a review,
Uh-huh.
and I'm actually pretty decently excited,
hope
and
it's
also
good.
a little dreading, because that's how I feel about most sequels. Is I'm excited if I like the movie,
Yeah.
but I'm also scared because I like the movie.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so let me say, and I will answer the question, but I want to take a little bit of a left turn. One of the things we often get questions about is how we review movies. Like, how does the
Yeah.
process work? We're in Colorado Springs, which is about 45 miles from the south side of Denver. And we work with 2 companies in Denver that get us screenings of probably 75% of the stuff that's released. So
Yeah.
our team of 5, most of us go to Denver once a week for a press screening. Sometimes the public is allowed in too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not. There's like a whole secret method to get those tickets. I don't even know what it is.
Movie clips.
But we see the movies typically, with big movies, it's like 2 or 3 days before they come out.
Yeah.
Occasionally, Kennedy, you saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie last night. It doesn't come out for a couple more weeks, so we can't really
Yeah.
talk about it yet. Occasionally, we'll get that kind of a lead time. But we take notebooks. We have either flashlights or light pens, and we write notes like crazy. Now, I'm especially a freak in this. I will take 50 to 75 pages of notes and be sweating like I ran a track meet. when
I
get
take like
done
4 pages of notes.
reviewing
That
movies.
is really special.
You write shorter reviews than me too, and I think we understand
Yeah. It's
how
true, I
this is
do.
all worked out. So my favorite movie this year is Jesus Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the best Christian movie I've seen, and I know
That's a good choice.
another thing with Jesus feels like a very Jesus-y answer to the question.
But it's real. It's so
Really
they're
terrific.
so
Well, here's the
good.
thing too.
do
is,
we have another comment? Sorry, I didn't mean
Oh.
to cut you off.
Yes, we do. Laura Kennedy says that she loved the foster care and adoption themes in the first Shazam movie.
Oh yeah, they were
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That was honestly
Thanks,
one of the
Laura.
big things, was that it was about this family coming together. And I'm a sucker for those kind of movies. So
And Chris
I mean, we do work that
Uhalt,
focus on the family.
Yeah,
So
of course.
Chris Uhalt says, "Vive la révolution."
which one?
uh,
Is that a
probably
movie?
it's probably because you said Jesus Revolution.
Oh, right.
Think it
See,
through,
Emily,
Adam.
I have already moved on.
Connect
Oh.
the dots.
Sorry, I can't speak foreign languages at all. There's a reason why I flunked out of 2 foreign language classes. So
Here's the thing, though, is I do think that this year there's going to be a lot of really good Christian movies, like
Yeah.
good contenders for our pluggies
For next year.
because we have Jesus Revolution. We also have upcoming is the, and I'm not sure if it's going to be specifically Christian themed, but the George Foreman movie seems to have some
Oh yeah,
aspects of that. You have the For King and Country movie coming
Mm.
out. You have
they
the
have a
Thorn.
movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have the Thorn that's already released, and you have Southern Gospel. So we already have 5 that are pretty big contenders, and I'm excited for it.
It'd be interesting to see
I
if it's
love that.
bigger than Jesus Revolution because I've heard a lot about it so far.
you're not the only one. Laura Kennedy seconds that. She hasn't seen it yet, but she wants to.
Yeah.
All right,
She
so we
should see
do
it.
we do have another question from Ashley Baser. What is one movie you are greatly anticipating?
Whew.
There's a lot
Greatly
actually.
anticipating.
So I'm
Kennedy's gonna
I
answer for
lean
all of us.
forward because I'm excited for this. Usually in any given year, there's like 3 movies that I'm excited for. This year there are so many. There's Dune Part 2.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I watched the
I
first
mean, it's a
part.
shame that. Well, never mind.
Oh, I watched the first part and then I read the book because I was like, what's going
The
on?
book is
After I
so
read
good.
the book,
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm super excited for part 2.
Fear is the mind killer.
There's the Super Mario movie.
Oh yeah, that
There's,
looks really good.
It's gonna make
what
$1
else?
billion.
There's a lot more. I
Are
know
there
I
other
s-
superhero movies that we should care about?
there is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
yeah.
which will be funny and certainly have plug-in problems. I'm almost certain of it.
I was excited to see. I know this is not like forthcoming, but I was excited to see Ant-Man. And my husband and I tried to go on a date to watch it in the theaters. Like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and everything shut down and nothing was working. And so we got 30 minutes in.
But it turns out nobody liked the movie.
I know,
so
I
it's
know.
okay, right?
It was like a Star Wars weird mesh, but 30 minutes in, everything shut off, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we can't do this anymore." So everyone just go home. So I
I
never
will
got to
say-
see it.
So
Another-
can I just
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to share one
please.
story? Like I said, we could free associate all day long. The single weirdest movie experience I've ever had in my life. I was in Alabama, which is not necessarily weird. I'm not gonna like throw Alabama under the bus, but I was in a place that I normally am not,
Yeah.
by myself on a business trip, but I had some time, and it was when the Star Wars movies, the originals, were re-released in 1997-ish in theaters. I was watching Empire Strikes Back, which is awesome.
Were you born yet?
And you know that back in the day, before everything was digital, they had reels, right? So they would have to switch the new reel
Yeah.
in halfway through. So there was like the second reel. The second reel, they must have just gotten a new copy that day because the second reel was in French. And all of a sudden, Yoda is speaking French. I'm like, what in the world? Mais oui. I mean, I'm serious. It was like,
That's really fun.
and like
actually.
after 30 seconds, they shut it off because, hey, we got the French version again, but we're in Alabama, so this
What a
isn't going to
problem.
work. Anyway, very strange.
So Maya says that she is excited for Super Mario,
Yeah.
and Laura asks, "Is new Super Mario movie animated or live action?"
It is animated.
Animated.
And not only is it animated, this has nothing to do with the question, but I just gotta say, I've listened to the trailer, I've listened to some of the things. I'm a big music nerd, and I haven't looked up who's doing the music for it, but whoever did, they are just combining all of the famous themes from all the video games and TV shows and all that. And I'm super excited just based on that alone.
It does look really, really good.
So Chain Whippin says that John Wick 4 is getting rave reviews. Also from Chain Whippin, they said Bama baby roll tide, which I appreciate because that's my alma mater.
Well,
So
there you go. Yeah,
there you
go.
Emily
Roll
went there,
Tide.
and I know that John Wick is coming, so you can look for Plugged In's review of that. I
Yeah.
think it's out this week, but I don't have that information
Should
right
be this
in
week or
front of
next
me. You know, Paul AC will be reviewing that for us, and I think that kind of brings us to a close for today.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending some time with us on the Plugged In Show Aftercast. We will look forward to doing this each week, or at least most weeks, after we get done talking about stuff on the podcast, we are going to spend some time talking with you. So we'll look forward to talking with you next week.
Bye.